Time for another video. This time around we're going to do the dragon square shield. Not much to this one, just a bit of patience and you should be good. Cue the royalty free music. You're going to need 2 foam boards about 20 by 30. 1 poster board. A box cutter and something to write with. A glue gun. White primer, red, brown, and metallic paint, and some masking tape. A cup with some water and a paintbrush. And the template, which in this case it'll be 3 different pages and it'll be in the description, and you got to piece it together yourself. Once you have the template cut out, you're going to want to transfer it over to the poster board and draw it out. Once that's drawn out, you're going to want to cut out the dragon, the wing, and the tail. Try keeping it together really well, and after that just kind of set it aside. Next, you're going to get your first foam board and measure about halfway through. What you're going to do here is tape through the middle, long ways, and I'm just going to hold it down to the wood. You can add another piece of tape if you don't feel it's too secure, and some thumbtacks if you like. And what you're going to do here now is use that paintbrush with the water and just kind of put a fair amount of it onto the board. This takes about a night to dry, so just leave it drying overnight and it'll end up bend up like any square shield should. Make sure you start painting. Start off with the back of it, get your white primer, and then you're going to use your red Krylon onto it. Just like before, just put even layers of it throughout. Not much primer is going to need on the back since the front is going to be what's presented. Once the primer is set after about 10 minutes, start the edges just so you have a nice seal throughout the entire shield. You're only going to want to do this once or twice because there really isn't much needed for the edges. And you start putting some light layers of the red on top, and just keep doing that for 2 to 3 layers, and you should end up with something that looks a little bit like this. And just be patient with it, and you should be good after a while. I made sure to edit out any sort of waiting time, which was just 10 minutes in between for each layer. So don't get too happy with the spray paint and just wait a bit. Do the same thing with the other side. Primer, a couple layers of paint, and you should be good after about maybe an hour or 2. You're going to want to get a yardstick and trace it on the edge of the foam board. Then you're going to cut out what you traced. You do this one more time, and you're going to do it again sideways. This is what the brown trim around the shield is going to be. You're going to do it again sideways. This should work if both of the foam boards you bought were 20 by 30 or at least the same size. Otherwise, you get them measured out. This just really saves a lot of time regarding measuring. Just like before, put some primer on them and then start spraying on very light layers of brown onto them. It should be pretty simple by now. And you're also going to want to make a handle, which is going to look like an eye. I forgot to record footage for this, so sorry about that. Nevertheless, same steps as before, just primer and put some brown paint onto it, or silver if you want a metal handle. And here's the final step. Once you have everything said and done, you're going to get that template and overlay it on the shield and start slowly painting the actual dragon onto the shield. Lastly, you're going to get your brown pieces and you're going to start hot gluing them to the edges of the shield. This isn't going to be too much of a problem for the curved piece itself. It has enough give on it, the foam board does at least. And just do that, it shouldn't be too hard. Hot glue dries pretty fast, so watch out when you're actually attaching it. Since the edge, it shouldn't be too hard, but especially with these curved ends, hold it down for a bit longer than you would at the edges, and you should be fine. And lastly, put on the handle, and you will have completed your own dragon square shield, and you can now use it for whatever you want, or prop it up on a wall like you can in houses. There's a lot of room for error in this actual project concerning the painting. If you look at the dragon design itself on mine, you'll see that the wing is a bit kind of messed up, but this is as close as we've gone so far. You can see a smudge right there on top, but it's pretty in-game accurate, and I'm happy with the result. If you want to make it ornamental and make the brown and the dragon gold, then you should be good. And like always, take it easy.